Well, hello. Thank you for joining. Get this camera focused in. It's going to end up coming a lot closer, but we'll get it dialed in a bit here. Okay, so the name of the game tonight. I went and got a bin of some of my copper cents, and I'm going to look through the book. I'm sure there's more than just what's here. Hey, Roadhog, are you enjoying the snow? Yeah, the streets are completely covered here. I don't know how deep it is yet. The backyard doesn't seem treacherous, but it's starting to get there. I was concerned because up until like, I don't know, 2 hours ago, it was just raining. And now it's full on blizzard conditions. So they were right. I was kind of skeptical there for a minute, but they were right. So we'll give them that. Now, let me see. I need to get a piece of paper. Give me 2 seconds. I am not organized for this. Oh, why are you getting shafted? The snow or work? Yeah, I mean, it's not, I've seen worse. It's not that bad right now. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Give me a second. I got to get some paper. And I did see your video, Roadhog. I know I liked it. Thank you for the shout out. Number one. Number two, congratulations on them coins. It's not, we'll build you up slowly as the giveaways, continue. And you'll have, some silver, some coins, and maybe kind of start you down that road. I see your penny hunts that you're doing, and that's encouraging. So, first round here, what I'm going to do, because these are, there shouldn't be any wheats in here, so I'm going to go through the Lincoln Memorial years, and I'm going to write down all of the ones that are easily stated to have doubling, and we're just going to look through pennies and chat. Well, no other salary manager with the four-wheel drive wants to work, so I get to open and close tomorrow, probably the next day. This was, God, forever ago. I was still a kid, like, going to school. And I remember we had a really bad snow. And I worked for this manager. He was a younger guy, but I'd worked with him before at another place, and then he quit there and opened a new well, he didn't open, but he was working for someone opening a new restaurant in the area. And so he recruited all the good workers he knew. Hey, come on over here and work. So this was like a newer store, but the snow had caused a bunch of problems. Obviously, we were off school, and I was already awake. And he calls me. It was like 8 a.m. or something. And he goes, "Hey, so and so called off. School's out today. Like, can you come in?" And all right, I guess. So I came in. I'd never opened. I'm like an evening person, and so I fumbled around, kind of not really knowing what to do per se, but I got it. And I remember that just being like the weirdest day ever, because I should have been in school. It was all this weird stuff. I don't know what the labor laws were, but I worked a pretty long time. And, I got paid and everything. It was kind of cool. Siren. Kevin. Guys, you are missing out. Look at this bracelet. I haven't taken it off. I did take it off to take a shower, but I haven't taken it off since I got it. The feeling of wearing 2 ounces on your wrist is nice, and now all of a sudden my other wrist feels a little light, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to get a hold of Kevin and see what we can come up with for getting me another one. And then at some point, I'm probably going to get him to make more so I can have like matching sets or complementary sets or something. I'm gonna get with him, but these things are awesome. It's you can't. The camera sucks, but it's the Zombie Zodiac, or yeah, Zombie Zodiac. So it's like a moon and a sun together, like that image, but they look all creeped out, you know, and then all the zodiac signs all the way around. And I will be honest, it's not like my favorite coin. It's definitely a cool one, but I'm already thinking of like, okay, well, like if I get another one made, what coin do I want there? And then, extrapolate from that. But this one is cool. I still love it. It's not, my favorite piece of silver, but it's still wicked cool. And you're wearing 2 ounces wherever you go. Like, how can you hate on that? I mean, and for the price, like, it just really is. Like, it's that mix. The price was good, right? Comparatively to the silver weight. So you still feel pretty good about it. And it's jewelry. It's wearable silver. And it's not like a necklace or anything. Like, it's sturdy. But anyhow, I digress. These things, if you're missing out, Kevin makes them. He can make them, and he sells them. So if you wanted something custom, I'm sure you could work that out with him. But I already have some ideas. Also, Kevin, I wanted to ask, since you're here, this has like a anti-tarnish coating or something on it, doesn't it? Because it seems like it does, which I'm not mad at. But, right. Keeping the prices low, being reasonable, and it's much appreciated. So, with this coating on here, can it be removed? Or, like, is it going to need reapplied or anything like that? Like, do you know? Because I kind of see it's not like a milky, but like you can kind of tell something's been applied to it or maybe polished into it. But I was curious about that because I don't like the upkeep on it. I guess you can drop me an email and let me know, but I'm gonna be wearing it a lot, so I kind of figured it's like an anti-tarnish sort of thing, and I don't know. I don't know if like I'm gonna like the shiny or if maybe, I do want it to tone up. I guess we'll just see what happens after like a year of wearing it. But anyhow, let me get wax. Basically, it can be removed and reapplied. Okay. Have you ever made any of these and like antiqued the coin? I mean, obviously it would depend on the coin, what the effect would be, but like antique it and then put everything over it? Just wax it. Hold on, let me get this list down and then we'll get back to chatting. I want to write some of this down. Okay, so 1960. I'm going to ignore you guys for a second, otherwise I'm never going to get this done. Large date over small date. Large date over small date. Okay. Say, and then there's small over large. Okay, so that's going to be a weird one. D over D, small date over large date. D. D over D. Dun dun dun. 1969S. Double die ob. Hmm. 1970S. I'm not going to have a lot of S's in here because I keep those separate, so. 1971S. Come on, 1972. 1971S. Same. 72. Double die obverse. Man, there's not a lot. Yeah, because we're already up into the 80s. Man, they had a good run. There's got to be more out there than this. But we'll look around. I'm not expecting to find anything. I just wanted something to do. Constitutional asked me if I was going live. I'd thought about it with the snow and everything. I was just like, works pretty much. A lot of them are shutting down. So fingers crossed for a quiet day tomorrow. We will see. But all right, now I have a list I can kind of at least look at. So we're looking at a lot of the S's, man. 72s. We'll try to pull some of those out and see what we got. Now I can get back to the chat. Oh, so before we get too crazy, I'll pull this up. And okay, so I got some mail. And I'm not pulling the stuff off the wall to bring it over here to show you, but I got package 1 of my wall art from Flip. Apparently there are 3 of them, and I don't know where the other 2 are. They're coming. I have the tracking, but it just says in transit. I think they're going to come the next, now depending on the snow, hopefully the next day or 2 or by Saturday or something. What's Saturday? Yeah, Saturday's Christmas Eve, so hopefully we'll see. But I got the pennies with the engraved states on them. I got that whole thing. That's beautiful. The video really didn't do it justice because they're all like BU. They're all 1960, which I'm guessing is the year it was made, maybe. But they're all pristine. I mean, I know they're damaged because of the extra strike on them, but I think they're cool. And then the Washington quarters, I got that one, the silver quarters, and I like it. I don't know. I got to figure out, like, the spot I have it in is a bit too dark. I need to move it somewhere else with more light right now. But it's an awesome piece, too. And just to be able to look at some of those quarters, and honestly, I think some of them are in better shape than the ones in my Washington quarter book. So, that sucks. But somebody sent me some weird pennies, like washer pennies. They're all zinc, but like they got some really cool wear on them. And so I got these. I mean, nothing too crazy, just something to hold on to. I got one of my packages from Nerd. I put some foam in this Libertad to kind of like help it. Why is my work phone going off? Hold on. Okay. Nothing I need to worry about right now. So I put a little foam in it because it's just a little undersized for this capsule, but it's good now. A little bit of foam holds it in place. It's an 84? Is it 84? No, 82. 82 Libertad. It's not in bad shape. The back is gorgeous on this. The front's got some wear, but I'm really happy with that. I got a decently nice Booker T Washington. I have one of these somewhere. Yeah, tucked away. What else did I get? Oh yeah. Quarter. Nothing special there. Constitutional sent me a Benji. A beautiful Benji. And so, I mean, nothing to, write home about. It's just junk. Constitutional silver. But, I keep the stuff people give me. It goes into a separate place, so I don't sell it or get rid of it. From Nerd, I'm pretty sure. I get this 1921, last year of the Morgans. I got the P, D, and S set. Now, you know, I got questions on this one because it's so clean. You know, and again, I don't know. You know, who knows? And then this one too, it's got like a little toning, but not much. So on those, like, you know, I'm not sure. This one, obviously, the big dark one, this is our S, you know, obviously not cleaned. But, you know, I don't know. I don't really care too much about the cleaning. I thought about maybe sending them out for grading, but I don't know. I'll research a little more. That's kind of what I'm doing at the moment, is building up some stuff so I can actually do like a grading submission to PCGS and see how much fun that is, because I'm sure getting things back in a body bag and spending money for it is kind of nice. So we'll see how I do there. But, you know, I got some of that. What else did I get? Obviously the bracelet. Killer piece of silver. Like, I can't tell. Like, it feels like a watch. You know, because it's this big thing on my wrist. But, you know, it's not. And I look down at it and I want to see the time, but it's just silver. And then I remember that, you know, I'm happier with silver than a watch. So I don't really wear a lot of stuff like this, and I figured I'd get it and try it. I like the feel of this thing. Plus, it holds the warmth. I mean, silver kind of does that, but you feel it, like, kind of constantly. I don't know. It's just that feeling, knowing that you got something on you is nice. I always have to carry pocket stuff, and I still will, but this is just a whole nother class, right? So, I think that's it. The photo, constitutional. What? Oh, no, it's not all it. I put it away in an album, but somebody sent me some Canadian silver. Actually, and I looked it up. It's one sterling, if I remember right, and the other two are 80%. Quarter nickel, which is a weird looking nickel. It's a tiny thing from, I want to say, like 1906. Really nice coin, and yeah, that was just a gift from somebody. So, you know, it's always nice to get stuff like that. And I put that up in my Canadian album that I'm building. Just whatever I come across, I'm throwing stuff in there, Canadian, and it'll just be in that book. I still have other stuff, but all of that I'm trying to now currently just throw into that album, and we'll see how we do. Those were the first silver pieces, and usually it's whatever I find coin roll hunting and, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so pennies. So much silver. It's everywhere. I mean, it gets put up, but it's everywhere. I need like 2 more safes. At least, probably. You know, and I got a bunch of stuff coming. I bought a bunch of stuff last night. A lot of you were privy to. And I gave a bunch of stuff away. And I get like that. I know we're missing Christmas because of the deadlines. But, you know, I was sitting there. I forget what was the first. But usually once I jump into, like, I'm kind of bidding and stuff, you know, I get into, like, a repertoire of just looking at things. Plus, you know, it's Christmas. Like, and a lot of the stuff that I bought was from either people who, you know, offer things up on a regular, like Southern Coin, Coin Junkie, these people, Keys. But then, you know, give some gifts back and gave some stuff away and lost another grab bag to Muscle Shell. What the fuck? I'm so like, I can't win. I'm not going to go against him anymore because I chose bag number 5, and he just straight up got me again. It's okay. Merry Christmas. But yeah, I got again. So I obviously have bad taste in grab bags. At least when I'm going head to head with somebody. But I got the silver chain links coming. I sent keys that ASE that she was missing. I was serious about that too. I want her to crack it out of that slab. I don't think she's going to, but I told her she should. Yeah, we'll see. But it is a graded slab, so I understand if she doesn't. But if she needs it for the book, and that doesn't fit into the book, you got to figure something out. But I guess I'm the same way with the 1916D Merc, but I'm not pulling that thing out of the slab just because then it's back in question as a ungraded 16D. You need that for the authenticity of it. There's just too much money wrapped up in that coin. So we're going to go through some pennies. I got a bunch of stuff coming. Some of it's coming next week. I got more stuff from Kevin. Yeah, I mean, I got a decent amount of stuff coming. And some of it I probably will cycle into my eBay store. I'm not going to make money on most of it, but I'm trying to set that up to where I actually have different offerings. It was looking a little sparse there for a minute. I'm trying to add at least a couple of things each day to kind of build that up and then hopefully get somewhere with that. I will say I sold a UK proof set on there really quick. I don't know if somebody just really wanted it, but it wasn't even up there for like 12 hours, and somebody purchased it, and I did them the extra solid of upgrading them to priority shipping, which cost a little more, and I as soon as I got the notification, I boxed it up, printed the label, and I ran that directly to the post office so that they would get it in time for Christmas. So that should actually, I think, be arriving, storm depending, should be arriving for them like tomorrow. And I sent them a message and told them, what I did. And hopefully they're happy about it and I get a good rating out of it. But, yeah, some of that stuff will end up on the eBay store. So check that out every now and again. Plus, I'm going to start going through my stuff, all of my stack and different things that I have to see if there's something I haven't really been, doing anything with, or maybe I bought some oddball thing that I'm really not interested in collecting per se. Like at one point I bought a trade dollar and then realized I didn't want to go down that kind of colonial route. They're nice and it was worth a decent amount of money, but I have to start drawing lines somewhere. Otherwise, I'm going to have the weirdest stack in the world of just random everything. Stuff like this and coins and books and bars. And it's just sometimes, it is a little overwhelming. So I'm going to go through everything and see if there's anything I can just list up just to add more stuff. So we're going to start going through pennies. It's not much on the list. There's got to be more. I go to Variety Vista, but we'll look around at some of them and see what we got and just, kick it. Silver Skeleton, welcome in. Nice to see you. Oh, Kevin got a run. Yep. All right, Kevin, take it easy. I will let you know when the package arrives. I think most of the stuff is coming, I think, around Tuesday, especially with the storm. Seems like they got smart and realized that they're not going to make it, in time for Christmas. So they put it out a few days. Fingerprints. We got to figure this out. I don't know if you can dip stuff and get fingerprints off of it, but we really got to figure out how to get fingerprints off coins. Like without, harming them. I know maybe like a dip like a real dip, like MS-70 or some of that stuff. What is going on with his nose? I think it's fine. I think it's just the toning. 75 is nothing in my book. That mint mark looks odd. Not too crazy, but kind of filled in. But it's some of these are tiny. These mint marks, it's ridiculous how small they get. Or did get there for a while. Come on, camera! Work with me here. Yeah, I guess it's there. It's probably just the wear, or maybe it even got like smashed at one point. We need another bin to put all the rejects in. But Cyclonic's got to go. Yeah, it's getting late. I don't blame anybody. Catch my West Coast people that it's not too late yet, but 78D, nothing crazy. I really got to take the plastic off of this thing. 78, 75, 75. What are we looking for? 72 seems to be our favorite year as far as that book's concerned. There's a 70. What are you? See, the mint mark on this thing's barely even there. It's a little tiny D. Barely there. Huh. Yeah, some of these, it's just ridiculous. I'm going to bring this up a bit. It's going to hurt me a tad, but I need to be able to move these. Yeah, I don't see anything on that one. 70 double die on the obverse, but I'm sure I'd have to look at the book again, but I'm sure that's one of those crazy ones. 69, 70, they did them around then. It's a decent 60. It's always a little tiny D, isn't it? I've seen bigger. I'm just crossing my fingers for no work emergencies over the next day. 60 large, there's a 60. Large date over small date, small date over large date, and D over D is a thing. I don't see anything crazy. Get in on it a little bit more. You know, some of these too with the wear, it's going to be hard to tell. That looks like the large date to me though. And I'm not seeing any extra lines or things. The D looks normal. We'll chalk that one up. We'll say that it's not. Here's another one. Help if it's right side up, Matt. That's a weird one. See, I have to look back at the pictures again and see what they look like. Give me a second. If I could type. One-handed typing is not fun either. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's real. Yeah, it's kind of obvious. I'll show you guys what we're looking at. Switch over to the display. Boom. So what they're saying is this is the small over the large. Yeah, has to be. And then there's also large over the small. And then, I don't know if we'll see it on here. Yeah, there's the D over D. Okay, so these should be, when and if we find them, should be fairly obvious. We'll go to the coin cam large. You guys won't have to look at my face. Oh, you know what? Now you just piqued my interest. Hold on. What did I just say? Let me go back to the main. Give me a second here. Didn't I just say that all the pennies in the thing, the state pennies, didn't I just say they're all 60s? I think they are. They're all 60s. I need a magnifying glass. I'm blind. Give me a second. We're going to sidetrack this little soiree for a minute. Now, I don't expect there to be anything in here. I need my light. Come on, light. All right. Yeah, we're looking for 60s. I got 50 of them right here. Not all of them have the D, though. There's one that doesn't. If that's the only... No, there's a couple that don't. I might have to look at these. Well, no, come on now. If a coin collector or someone that knows coins made this. So I would think they would not be dumb enough to put error coins. But then again, too, stranger things have happened. I don't see anything obvious. No, I don't see anything too obvious. But I'll look at them again later. Who would have thought? I'm sitting here looking at 60s. There's a whole portrait framed of them. Okay. 72 double die on the obverse. I don't know what. But we'll look at it. Why not? I like double D's, just saying. Most men do, Johnny T. Hi, Sherry. Or Cherie Ward. Cherie. I gotta say that right. Sorry. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm pretty sure it'll jump out at me. See, look, fingerprint. You can see it. I'm not seeing any doubling. I think I would. So we'll move on. $59. I hate 59s because you could be a wheat penny. You're just so close to being a wheat. Check your Booker T commemorative. It was issued for 5 years in different mints. Was it really? Doesn't sound like much of a commemorative. It is a 1946, and I don't see a mint mark. Nothing on the reverse. Yeah, just like what? So, yeah, this ain't gonna fit under the scope right now, but just a 1946 P, I'm guessing. That's interesting, though. I'll have to look at my other one. I didn't realize they ran them for more than a year or two. Most commemoratives don't. 69. I have been starting to try to look at these. There's a really, big doubling on the dates. These, I have been looking at these when I go through my pennies. But again, nothing on that one. Most of them, I feel like that the really big doubles, like, I think, they're almost visible to the naked eye. I mean, you can see something's off on the coin. A close look would kind of show something, and then you could examine further. That's my idea, anyway. Like, stuff like the 1955. I mean, that's drunk vision, at that point. Yeah, so it's Cherie. So, like, not like, I imagine it's like, what is that, like New Orleans and, the Creole, like that kind of sound. You want to say sherry, but it's not. It's Cherie. It's got that little bit of, it's like Kevin, where it looks like Kevin, but there's the accent. It's just that little twang to it, I guess, to kind of enunciate properly. Pennies are fun because they're so plentiful. That's one of the reasons. Actually, I need to. Tomorrow might be a good day for it. Go to the bank and see if they have anything before the weekend shutdown for me to hunt. Man, there's not much. I mean, there's stuff in here, but nothing that I want to look at under the scope. 70. Yes, I'm drinking tea. Well, let's see. Last night I was drinking, and I bought a couple $1,000s worth of stuff and gave a percentage of it away. Not that wasn't the reason, but by the time I went to bed, I was quite tipsy. And that's fine, but no, I took a day off. Plus, with work, this whole weekend or this last stretch to Christmas, anything can happen even at like 2 in the morning. So you kind of got to be ready for that. And I know my other boss, I don't have my kids right now. They're at their mother's. So, I know he has some family stuff planned over the next coming days. So I kind of told him, if anything major happened, I would, most likely attempt to cover it myself without his assistance and only call him if I needed to. So, luckily for me, a good portion of the sites, at least at the moment, have shut down for tomorrow. We'll see what happens for, Christmas Eve is kind of up in the air at this point. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we never stop working. It's the life of a salaried person, I guess. My workstation is right there. My computer's up and logged in and ready to go, just in case. Yeah, I don't have nothing going on over the weekend anyway. Hanging out with you fine folks, if and when. And then on Christmas, if the roads and everything are better by then, which fingers crossed they should be, I'm actually leaving on Christmas to go back up towards Chicago. So the day after Christmas, I can already be there in place and get to work. So that's my general holiday plan. I did a smart thing, though. Nothing. I'm not finding the dates I'm looking for. There's a 60D. What's that? No. Not seeing any doubling. It's weird though that O does look a little fat, but that's where I'm saying those what we looked at earlier, the small date over large date and large over small. If it's worn too much, I feel like that's going to be real hard to prove. We'll set that aside and compare it next time we get one, because that O, it's not centered. The O in it. Well, the hole in it, I should say. So we'll kind of see if we can compare. But as they get worn, it gets much harder to identify some of these. Yeah, so here's one. Okay. So here. Okay, yeah, maybe we do got something. Hold on. So here's a regular one. That O does look a little wonky too. But again, like with the wear, it's hard to tell. And so we got that one. Can we get them both in screen? Of course not. And then we have this one. The O definitely looks fatter. Like more filled in. The hole's smaller than this one. But I don't know. I guess I could try to get like really in on it. But it gets harder and harder to move the coin. So I don't know. That kind of does look like something. But if we go back, I would be if it wasn't snowing, and even if it is, that's why I bought the car that I bought. It's got four-wheel drive, which, I know doesn't fix all your problems, but it makes a lot of them, as far as driving in the snow, a lot easier. If you're still careful and, smart, it'll serve you well. That and the maintenance. Like, I got tired of working on cars as much as I was, and so I was like, I'm going to treat myself, so I bought that, and that was one of the reasons why. So let's look back at the photos. I'll take you guys with me. Yeah, see, it looks like we have, this is from Coin Help You, I think it said. It looks like but see, I'm not seeing like that bit on the 6. I'm not seeing that. But our O looks like this one, but worn down. The 1 and the 9 don't have much either. And that's a small date over the large. So, the large over the small, I don't know. I don't really see it. But it's so hard. So there's a better picture. Slightly better. And the D is... What is that? The D is misplaced? They're pointing to it. But that's kind of what I think I see here. Maybe. I'm probably crazy, but I don't see anything extra on the 6. That's our first problem. But just that O, where it's got all that extra meat at the top, I don't know. I'm probably seeing things that aren't there. But this one kind of looks like that too, and I don't see anything extra going on with it. So we'll assume that I'm crazy and throw those back and keep looking. Bring you guys back in. They will say environmental damage anyway. Yeah, I'm not really excited about sending stuff off for grading. Dropped a copper penny. I don't know. I'm doing a lot now versus just stacking. and it's fun. It gives you more to do. It seems more like rewarding, but just with all the horror stories and things, even like seasoned people like Daniel over at Coin Help You talk about grading, and he's like, I can lay out slabs all the same grade next to each other, and you can see the differences. Like this one looks way better than that one, but according to PCGS or NGC, they're all the same grade. He goes, so I mean, yeah, those things happen, or sometimes you get those, you'll get something body bagged, or you'll get questionable toning or cleaned, a lot. And so that's the part of the fear is, I guess, wasting money, 62? Nope, not on our list. I mean, I throw money away, though. I don't mind it sometimes. I guess it'll be fun. And I think they've gotten better about their timelines. 1970, only on the S. I'll have to pull my S's and look at some of those. But yeah, I mean, the timeline's gotten better, I think. There for a while, people were saying PCGS and NGC had their coins for like months and months. They were so backed up, I think, around the, pandemic and some of those times. So I think that's gotten better now. And they're not holding coins for nearly as long, and they're actually getting them out the door. So fingers crossed on that. But if I recall seeing a video, somebody said they had their coins for literally 7 or 8 months or something. Just ridiculous time frames. Nothing on that 69. Depending on the RPM number and type. Wexler is a great company to send coins in with varieties. I have never heard of Wexler. Wexler, huh? I have no idea. I will say I do want to get something with a CAC sticker on it. At some point, I don't know what. I'm not too picky, just to have something that's actually CAC'd. Who knows what that will be, but they're gonna stop CACing, I guess, other people's coins now that they're gonna be doing their own grading. So there's gonna be a lot of weird changes as far as coin grading coming up here in the next couple of years tops. We'll see if NGCX flops. My money's on that it won't, though, because I think it makes a lot of sense to do what they're doing and to kind of draw a line somewhere and go, yeah, guys, this really doesn't fit into the scheme of pretty much everything else collectible that gets graded, so let's try to get onto that realm. And so the only bad thing I see about it possibly is the market just increasing, and then we're going to have these people will be buying stuff and reselling it for profit, but not necessarily being coin people. Maybe, I don't know if that's how bad that's going to be, but you know what I mean? I guess it's they might not be as generous, or if they sit on something too long, maybe they're not going to drop their price as much to offload it. We're coin dealers, and people like this, stuff moves all the time. They make deals with other dealers. They'll give discounts from time to time if they're trying to move stuff. I don't know how much these newer people or the collectors that do cards and, all these other things, comic books, I wonder what they're going to be like when they're trying to sell coins for profit. It's going to be very interesting to see how that whole thing plays out. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, on the old stuff, I get it. Yes, Mira. What? This dog. Okay, I'm going to warn you. I have a husky that likes the snow. Right now she's bothering me. See her? She's bothering me. She likes the snow, but she doesn't like the cold. And here's my problem. For about the last 2 hours before I jumped on here, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And I'm going to let her out now, and I'm going to have to go get her when she's scratching at the door in less than 5 minutes. You want to go out? Let's go. Come on. What? You are a bad dog. Don't be getting all up on me. You don't deserve no. She took like 2 steps out, did a turn, and came right back in. She doesn't want to sit out there, but she wants to go. It's ridiculous. I need to put in a doggy door so she can just come and go as she pleases. Then I won't feel bad for leaving her out there. But no, you're not going out. I just let you. And you turned right back in. You don't want to be in the cold. Yeah. Well, it's her husky part. She wants to go out there and play, but after she gets cold and the snow's blowing and all these other things, she just loses interest and wants to come back inside where it's warm. 60. Nothing. I'll find something one of these days. I threw out a fishing line, right, on the 19 die chip quarters. And I put those up on eBay because it's a lot. And there are some good ones in there. Not all of them are spectacular, but there's some decent ones in there. And I think I put them up, it's like 19, I think I put them up for like a little over $1 a coin, all in one lot. And it's a bad time to be listing anything on eBay, what with Christmas just being over. But, I'm still going to try. And I put it up there for like 20, I think it's like $20 or something. I think it's a little over $1 per coin. So we'll see if I get any bites on that. But that was crazy. I mean, I was about halfway through the box when I started really noticing that I was, seeing some oddities here and there. And it made me go back through everything I had already searched because I was looking mainly at mint marks and other stuff. I wasn't coin scoping things. Not really. And so I was like, wait a minute. And then I did. I pulled some out of the stuff I had already searched because I wasn't examining as closely as I probably should have. But when I go through coins, I don't know. I don't make it like an all-day thing. It already takes a while to get through like a box of pennies or quarters. So, in the interest of time, I don't sit here and like scope. I don't know all the key dates and stuff either. So I guess if I did that, it would be easier. Okay, so that's definitely the large date. Nope, wrong place. So, what does anybody else have going on? Anybody actually have to go out in this blizzard? I stocked up on my groceries. I'm good. I don't have to go anywhere for a couple of days. I should be alright. Me and the dog here. I'm gonna go play in the snow tomorrow. I got my snowsuit out in time, and so I'll be able to bundle up a bit and last for at least a little while out there with her. It's cold. Run right back in if it's cold, but if it's warm, we can't get her in. Well, and she's weird like that. Like, sometimes she'll do that. She'll go out and be out for a really long time and not even ask to come back in, and then other times it's 5 minutes. And yeah, the weather, she doesn't like the rain either. So if it's raining, she wants to come right back in too. But the snow, I took her out earlier before I jumped on here, and she's running around and frolicking and trying to get me to play. And I played with her a little bit, but it's cold out there. And it was snowing really heavy at the time. I think it's died down. I can't tell. It's a real small, like, fine snow. At least here in the Ohio region. And so I just see a blanket over everything. I don't even see... Nobody's drove on the road at all. There's a 69. I doubt it's doubled. Nope. I'll raise this up just a touch. Come on, work with me here. There we go. Nothing only to shovel. Do I have to go outside? Yeah, well, there you go. And, you know, with the car I have, I don't even really need to shovel. You know, I can get in and out of my driveway without doing it, but I got the shovel out just in case. We'll see what happens. But it's kind of nice. I mean, it's what? Almost Christmas. And we got our white Christmas. But it came on real quick. I mean, it was nice and warm earlier. I was running around in a hoodie, and that was fine. And now all of a sudden it's freezing and everything's covered with snow. So it came in quick. Hopefully this is not a sign of things to come for the entire rest of this winter. But I'm not excited about winter. I don't like Ohio, and one day in the future I will get away from it, and I'll be down there with like Cyclonic and everybody else down in Florida complaining about how it's only 58 degrees. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. And that'll be it. Like, it's all relative, you know. Wait, 70? Was there a reason we were looking at 70s? 70S for double die. Not a lot of 60s. They did a really good run here. I'll have to look at Variety Vista, but there doesn't seem to be too many crazy mint errors. Diggin' Dave, how you doing, bud? Channel's doing great. I love the shorts. And you've had some really good finds recently. I'm just looking through pennies, trying to get my feet wet on maybe looking for, you know, some doubling and things. I'm mainly looking at a small list of stuff in the Lincoln Cents that I've pulled from the Red Book. The, I guess, more commonly known things like the 60s large date over small date and some of these. So I'm just going through a bin of my copper pennies looking for ones to examine. Nothing crazy. 12 to 18 inches of snow? Here's a 69. I'm sure it's not doubled. Need to get that focused in better. Yeah, I don't see anything weird. I don't even know how much snow we're supposed to get. I didn't even, like, I mean, I kind of looked to see when it was coming, but I have not paid that much attention. I knew I wasn't really going to have to go anywhere this weekend. So chances are, by the time I do have to go out, the roads will be, like, well cleaned, hopefully. Um, that's something a lot of people overlook, especially now with it being Christmas. Those guys are out. I saw them out this earlier this evening, like probably on some of their first runs, right? And those guys are trying to get this taken care of so they can spend Christmas with their families and not inside of a truck clearing highways and stuff. It's good work for them. Well, that's a weird damage. It's good work for them, but they're working when nobody wants to work. They're working in conditions nobody wants to be out in. I mean, they deserve a lot more respect, for going out and doing those things. Hopefully, depending on their locale and who they directly work for, they get paid well for that. But yeah, it's some long hours. I know during some of the bigger storms and things, I knew a guy that did it years ago, and he'd be gone. Like he'd sleep at the, I don't know, whatever their base of operations is or the maintenance place. They would set up cots and go back, sleep for however long, get up, take, a little bit of time to themselves, and then get back in the truck and go back out, in their little rotated shifts. I need my channel to grow so I can leave. 14 years of this is enough for me. Yeah, I don't know how big you need to get to really supplement that income. But once you get there, you got to keep it up. You got to keep raising the bar, because then that becomes your job. And, a decline in viewership is a lot more dramatic on your bottom line than what one might think. We'll get there eventually, though. I will. Thanks to people like you hanging out in the live stream. There's 69. We can look at that one. Nothing. Thanks to you guys beefing up the watch time. I appreciate it. And I think tomorrow, because work should be relatively quiet. I have some stuff to do. But once I get some of that done, I should have most of my day to myself. And it's not nice out. So I'm going to try to do a bunch of videos and shorts tomorrow to get myself back ahead of the curve as far as content goes. I will tell you, I've been slacking, but work has been killing me. With peak season and Christmas and all these things going, it's been a lot. So the other night I was still working and making phone calls at 7, 8 o'clock at night. And then, I think that was yesterday. And then, I finally jumped into the stream and then spent my brains out a little bit. I got a lot of nice, cool stuff, though. So, what is that? What's up with that 6? It's nothing, I'm sure. Yeah, just smashed or the reflection. Okay. But, that's my life. It's kind of what I signed up for, so I don't need any sympathy. But it does suck. At this point in the year, it's just full bore stuff happening constantly. I don't mind it, but I can't wait for it to be over at the same time. It's like, what was it? I worked at a chicken place when I was younger. And at least here in Ohio, this is something, and it makes sense now that I know it, but I guess just everybody doesn't realize. Do you know what happens to a chicken place on Mother's Day? They are overrun with people. Overrun. KFC, doesn't matter. Home Chicken Shack, whatever. Bob Ray's Chicken, doesn't matter. Everybody, and I don't know why, everybody does the same thing. Everybody comes and gets chicken because they don't want mom to have to cook on Mother's Day. So they get like the chicken feast meals and stuff. It's everybody has the same idea, and it's like this every year. I had no idea. And like everyone kept talking about it. I remember when I first started working, they were like, "Oh, Mother's Day's coming. Mother's Day's coming." I'm, okay, so we're gonna be busy. How bad can it be? No, no, no. We cooked more chicken on Mother's Day than like was even possible. It didn't even make sense. Like we had a fully stocked walk-in freezer or cooler, whatever it is, with chicken, like stacked. I mean, like way more than we ever normally did. And I'm like, there's no way. Yeah, there was what normally is like a guy's job to cook chicken. Like maybe one guy can do all of it. There were two people on the fryers, two people breading, more people feeding, people pulling trays. Like it's like McDonald's. Everybody had their own little tiny part of the task to do because it was just flipping that much. It was nuts. Just nuts. And it's like that every year for chicken on Mother's Day. I had no idea. So every, different, I guess, business and product and however you want to classify it have their busy periods. Cars, a lot of car salesmen do really good around tax time. Lots of people are buying cars. Those kinds of things happen, but the Christmas one is a pretty long one. If you go from about Thanksgiving, which I think it's like the second week in November. It's almost a 2-month long just barrage for us, and it's rough. It takes a toll on you by the time it's done. I'd take a busy day over a busy couple months anytime. What? Yeah, but is it pizza? Because I could see that anything that keeps mom from cooking on Mother's Day, you would think, but not everybody wants to like go out to dinner and take everybody out. Plus, I'm sure a lot of people have that idea too. So just maybe it's restaurants in general, but I never noticed it until I worked at a chicken place. So I think chicken has a special place. What are you doing in here? Just found a shield set in my copper. Get out of there. I'm going to get dinged for that if I try to turn them in. Yeah, you missed one. Man, I had so many 60s coming up early, and now not so much. There's a 69. Nothing crazy. But yeah, it's just weird. And then, like I said, I got a little bit to do. And then I'll go travel probably the early part of next week. Can't wait. I've not booked my hotel yet because I want to see how bad the storm is. Plus, I'm going up to the, Chicago area. So they're probably going to get hit worse than we do. There's a plow truck. It's the first thing I've seen on the road. They're probably going to get hit worse. So my plan was to leave on Christmas and head up. But I'm waiting to see what that looks like. I haven't booked my hotel yet. And I might postpone a day if it doesn't look like they're quite ready. Chicago sucks. Their toll system I guess it's kind of nice, but it's like 1 million cameras that take pictures of your car, and you have so long to pay it, and you have to go onto a website and enter all your information in, and then they find your car, and then they tell you what you owe, and you have like so long to pay it. It's like, it's not that long. I think it's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and they're like, give me my money. And I remember the first time I went up and had to do all this, I was just sitting there one night and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I probably should jump on and do it. I didn't know about the 2 week thing. I was traveling for work and this and that. And then I jumped on. I was literally like on the last day, like I had to pay it immediately that day, or I was going to be late and incur whatever those fees would be for being late. But it's this big thing over the highway with like 80 cameras on it, and it snaps all these photos of every single car that goes by, and they know what you don't have to stop, which is nice, but they know exactly how much you owe them for going from point A to point B. From that, I forget what it's called. It's called like iPass or some weird thing like that. But I remember the first time I saw like the big thing with all the cameras on it, I was like, what in the world? Had no idea. And then I talked to one of the locals, and he's like, oh yeah, don't worry, they'll find you. And they'll tell you owe money, but he's like, just to, get a jump on it, you might want to just go onto the website and get everything set up. It's the technology, I guess, is kind of nice, but if you lived there, it'd be a pain. If you miss that 2 weeks, you owe extra money, I'm looking at halves for DDOs and no FGs. Oh, there you go. That's better than me playing with my pennies for sure. I had something. I think there's an FG on these, if I remember right. I had one the other day, yeah. It's a little FG on them. I had one the other day where I thought it didn't have an FG, but under all the magnification I can muster with this thing, I could see there was something there. And so I'm assuming it was, like a polished die or whatever have you, and it was really there, kind of like an after image. And from what I understand, like, there can be nothing in that, like, no FG. Man, I was doing really good early on, and now I'm not even seeing 60s. It's all like 70s, some of the 80s. Can't win them all. And there's a 60. Okay, so have something to look at. We should give something away. Lord knows I gave away enough yesterday. We should give something else away. And you know what's funny? Half the time I do better giveaways on somebody else's live stream than I do on my own. Don't ask me why, but that's how it turns out. I'm over here giving away clad coins and gram silver bars, and over there I'm giving away $100 coin. It is what it is. Yeah, didn't it was that old coin. I think Muscle Shell won that. I don't even know what that was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just know Keys was trying to sell it, and she had tried to sell it a couple times now, and I got tired of seeing it. So I bought it and gave it away. I think Muscle Shell won that. Siren got that Mexican coin. I think, yeah, it was Mexican. That was a really nice one. I gave her something. I think I gave her the Mexican coin, and then she won something. I gave away a gram of gold. Yeah, it was a great night. 60. What do we got going on this one? Nothing crazy. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like, there's more people in other people's streams. But yeah, I'll have to get better about the giveaways over here. Uh, but, you know, it all evens out, I guess. I have given away a lot. Like, as far as volume-wise. There's usually, like, what, 2 to 3 giveaways per stream? Most of the time, there was the one the other night. I didn't give anything away. And that happens, too. Let me finish these up, and then we'll do one. I will find something that I can afford. What was that? It's a D. Okay, I thought it was an S. And we'll give something away. I'm sure I got something within reach that we can send out. And somebody will at least get it by New Year's, you know. Hopefully. You know, and that's the weird thing, too. The plow truck went through. I don't know how much. Yeah, there's still snow falling. But he was just salting. He wasn't trying to plow anything. And if I had to guess right now, we've probably got at least a couple of inches. Okay. So we'll put the pennies aside for a second. What do I got? What do I got? Should do something cool. I gave away enough stuff yesterday that I should be able to muster up something decent. We got some silver here, but that's the stuff Constitutional gave me. I did buy this from Junkie, I think. Yeah, it was Junkie. So it came from the land of Canada. It's a 1970 half, but it's proof. It's an S. Not the D. It's not bad, but got a couple fingerprints on it. Hate fingerprints. Somebody touched it in the wrong place. What do I got here? Alright. Couple slabs. That stuff's listed on eBay. I can't touch that. What's down here? What's in the case? Ooh, I should give this one over to Constitutional just because it's. I hate this coin. I bought it. It's not a coin. It's a something. Metal token something. I don't think it's a coin. But I bought it. It is the... Oh, come on. It is the ugliest George Washington you have ever laid your eyes on. Complete with double chin and like... How are you going to do my man like that? Like, look at this. I mean, I can't draw or carve or engrave or any of that stuff, but I could tell you we need to go back to the drawing board. I don't know who okayed this, but I think it's... Oh, look at that. She's out. What's going on with this guy? What are you doing out here? Yeah, he's out here salting this spot in front of my house. It's like, I want to say it's like Franklin Mint or someone. There's a number on it. It was a limited run, but it is ugly, but the back is where it looks cool. It's got some cameo going on. It's the Constitution. What's that say? CCS G something. I'll pull this down. Come on. What's that say? G-O? C-C-S-G-O. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But it's a decent coin. Look at this thing. This case won't even stay together. What's going on here? Yeah, we'll give away the Ugly George. I don't know what the silver content is on it. I think maybe it's sterling. But we can give this guy away. I'll put some tape on it so it doesn't pop out in shipping. But that's what we will do. We will give away the ugliest George Washington silver piece that I've ever seen. Okay, so let me go over here. Muscle Shell want to challenge us. Oh, is he here? Did he come in? Where's he at? Oh, he's here. Oh, my nemesis. I was talking about you. Talking bad about you. I was talking bad about my picks. I can't win. Okay, so let me get over here and open the giveaway. Okay, now the bot's going to give you directions. Follow them and enter. It's a 2-minute timer. We're giving away the ugliest George Washington coin, or whatever this is, commemorative piece, known to man. It's not a coin. It's just silver. I got the timer running. I see constitutionals in. While that's happening, I'm going to type in ugly George Washington silver coin and see what comes up. Does it come up? Maybe because I called it a coin. Oh, there's actually, what is this? Gray sheet. There's actually, did they put Washington on an old coin? I don't know. Oh, there's an ugly head coin, and there's also a Washington the Great. So this is 1732. 32 to 1799. We'll see if we can find out who makes this thing. Nope. Yeah, I have no idea. It's one of them, though. Okay, I got Johnny T, I got Roadhog, I got Muscle Shell, Jimmy Licari. We already know who's going to win this. Cherie Ward, Johnny T. Okay, 23 seconds for the other people watching. You got time. A little bit of time. I don't know who makes it. It's like Franklin or one of those. And it is a limited run, but like I said, it's ugly. And after I bought it, I liked it because of the reverse, right? But then I gotta look at this every morning, and it's so ugly. I'm upset looking at it. Okay. Oh, did Ruler get in? Let's see. I don't see Ruler. Hold on. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, let me resume it. Okay, Ruler, get in there. Give it another shot. I don't think it's giveaway. It's giveaway exclamation giveaway space 5. We'll get you in. But wrap it up. Oh, and then I dropped all my copper. I had it in this giant, like, industrial grade Ziploc baggie. The bunch that I'm actively filling, and the bag broke on me the other day. Okay, Ruler's in. Closing it. Okay, now we are going to pick a winner. Look at that. Well, it goes to a good home. So, I'll wait on that one. I'll wait on that one a little bit, constitutional, but I mean, it's a nice piece, even if you do got to hide the face of it. The back of it's pretty nice, and it's got some cameo to it. Again, not a coin, but what is up with this case? It's like, it sucks. Okay, so maybe we'll figure that too. I'll see if I can get that into another round case for you before I send it off. Well, now that that's over with, We gave away some silver. Ooh, I should put the name on it. Where's my Post-its? I'm running out of Post-its. I need more. And no ruler. I haven't fixed my coin scope with the Post-it pad yet. I need new Post-its. I'm running out. This ain't going to do what I need it to do. All right. Well, giveaway number 1 is complete. Oh, and I still have... Now, and I think this is probably on purpose. And I haven't seen him in here in a while, which is fine. But Milky won some stuff. Milky LUFC. And then I realized, after trying to get a hold of him and looking around, pretty sure he's over in the UK. So, chances are he's not going to try to actually get me to send that across the pond to him, because it's only, what is it? It's Washington quarter and 2 grams. I still have it sitting here. I still have his name on it, but that's the only one that didn't go out because I couldn't. He's never sent me his address. So I'm still going to hold it. We'll see. Maybe if he wins something later that does seem like it's worth it, we'll stack him up. But for now, it's still sitting there chilling. Oh, yeah, he's over the pond. Yeah, I looked, as soon as I started looking him up on Instagram, I think I messaged him. And I see, like, the I don't know if it's technically the Great Britain flag or the UK flag or what they're doing over there. But I see that, and I'm like, uh-oh. That's expensive. Oh, and then, a man of my word, it was Bush Dog Scrapper, right? It was his birthday. He stopped in here, said it was his birthday. You know, we take people at face value, but if you have 2 birthdays in a month, I have some questions. But he had said it was his birthday, and I gave him the 5 grams. International shipping to Canada. Best price I could find, right, for everything. It was $14 some odd to send 5 grams to him, international mail. This is the best price I could get. And so that was fun, but I'm a man of my word, and I did it, and I hope that he's enjoying that. He should have probably got it. Oh, does he? Well, he hasn't sent it to me, so he better figure that out. What is that? Is that 66? Yeah. He better figure that out. I still got his stuff sitting here, and I messaged him. I think I have to look. Maybe I messaged him on Instagram, or maybe once I saw the I might have messaged him. Maybe I didn't once I saw the flag, though. So let's see. Okay, I had posted something, and people like that. No, I guess I didn't, so I will. I'll message him and see. But in my defense, he knew he won and he hasn't reached out yet, so I'm sure he's not pressed about it, right? So we'll get together on it. Dun, dun, dun. Come on. Details. I just want a robot camera that knows what I want and autofocuses everything. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, so we're just having fun looking through some pennies. Nothing wrong with that. It is getting late, though. It's 1 here. Thank God I really don't have much of anything going on tomorrow. There's a decent 69. Anything weird going on? What's up with that 9? Is it actually smashed? Yeah, it's just damage on the coin. So, Um, yeah, I got a couple things going. Try to move some stuff on eBay. See how that whole thing goes. eBay sucks though. It really does. I don't know how anybody makes legitimate money doing just eBay. I mean, I guess once you get to a certain point, maybe, but starting out, I guess it's the same with anything though. Like starting a YouTube channel, any of this stuff. Whew, what a thankless job, at least at first. I've sold, I think, 4 or 5 items now, which is great. I'm sure it takes some people even longer than that. But had a couple people not pay. I don't know what's up with that. That's the second really nice 80. I have no idea why someone would bid on something and not pay. I mean, I would think they could cancel it on their end or do something to kind of back out of it, but they don't. They just waste time and leave it sit there and then never pay, and I have to cancel it. And the other thing I still got to figure out, I know Jason, I think, there's Milky. Well, we were just talking about you. You never sent me your address. Or if you did so from an email that I could not associate with Milky. So, ! Email. Will bring up my email. And so, do that and send that to me. Because somebody told me you have a USA address and you still have 2 grams of silver and a 90% Washington quarter here to claim. Is my bad. I didn't message you on Instagram when I was looking around, but in my defense, I was trying to get all the other stuff out at the same time. So then once I saw you were across the pond, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to approach this later. And then I think it was Muscle Shell just told me that you may, in fact, have a USA mailing address to send stuff to. So if you do, let me know. And if not, we can hold it for the future until you build up enough to where it's financially feasible to send it across the pond. Either or. I'm just looking through pennies, Milky, for mostly it seems like the 60s. There's a small date over large date over small date kind of thing going on. And I'm checking through a big pile of my copper to see if we can find those and then kind of stare at them. We're not going to find anything. But it gives me something to do and a reason to hang out with you fine people, so that's what we're doing. 69. Nope, nothing doubled. I remember the first time I found a machine doubled coin and didn't know. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this is something. No. Turns out no. But it's very interesting to me. So what they're saying on the double dies is they're legitimately carved wrong. Essentially, from what I gather, that the die itself is doubled. How? I don't understand how you would just let that happen. Maybe on some of the older stuff, but anything current? I mean, all that's got to be done by machines. Maybe they reuse a die, I guess, and then recarve it. I don't know, but it just seems odd to me that you would have a die that's not perfect in production. I know back in the day, they did it because they had to, in some cases, the mint marks over mint marks and things like that, D over S, S over D. Some of those were out of necessity or cost-effective production, but nowadays, I run machines, right, or I used to, and build them and, all the current day stuff. You could legitimately run a machine to where you can never put the wrong dies in. Like mule errors, for example, right? So what we would do, we'd have machines that would maybe make very similar parts but with distinct differences. Maybe the holes are in another place, maybe this one gets a nut, that one doesn't. Differences. But what we would do is, obviously put sensors in the machine for those properties. We want to see a nut, we don't. Well, there should be a hole here, there shouldn't be here, whatever. But as far as like die changes and stuff, we hooked up a stand with all of the different dies on it, right? Not stamping dies, but you get the idea. And so they would fit in there, and they would, be special and have their own little identifying marks that made them separate from the other ones, like, a piece of machined surface where the metal's missing in one location versus another on another. And that stand would then determine by which ones weren't present what was in the machine, and would only let you run those parts on that machine. So like when they're doing some of these questionable things at the Mint nowadays in current times, I'm kind of wondering like what kind of operation are they running that they don't have. And that stuff's basic. Like none of that I'm talking about is revolutionary. Like it's stuff in industrial equipment that's been around for a while. And so I don't understand how they don't have similar things there to keep some of these errors from happening. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because you can legitimately do that. We had machines, every time we found one where something happened, that it would, run a wrong part or do a wrong thing, right? Let a bad part through, whatever. Then we would reanalyze the situation, figure out what went wrong, and find another way to stop that from happening again. And add more sensors or do whatever we needed to do, but, you can legitimately make it to where you can't screw up. Oh, what? I'll send you an email with my US proxy address. Oh. You alright, Milky? Drugs. And if it's an IV, it's likely not the good ones. You alright? I'll ask for you, Roadhog. Drugs? It's almost Christmas. Well, pretty close anyways. I don't want you to be in the hospital. What are you doing in the hospital? Drugs? IV? I mean, if that's the way you want to spend Christmas, I guess that's one way to do it, but now I'm concerned. I did some time in a hospital. When I was younger, I had an operation and then some subsequent time in a hospital. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the hospital and stuff. Mine wasn't that bad. It wasn't like super long stint, but it gets real old real quick. I was pretty much bedridden the entire time, and that sucks. And the drugs weren't that good either. Maybe on like day 1, day 2, but by the end of the stay, they were not beneficial. U.S. proxy address. How does that work? You got an agent that holds stuff for you and then sends it over? I need to get a P.O. box because some of these packages, it's a little unnerving having some of these expensive packages come to my house, in general mail. And some of the bigger ones, most of the bigger ones end up getting signatures required and stuff, but still just a tad unnerving from time to time. Chat got slow. Chat got real slow. But, Milky, send me that email, and then I will get that out. I might. You're not going to get it by Christmas, obviously, proxy and all that, but it'll get out. I could probably even, well, depending on the weather, probably even get it out before Christmas. Yeah, I can probably get it out by Saturday. And that's probably the sound of the email there. Man, no 60s. I mean, some, but not the dates we're looking for. And this is only a small, very, very small fraction. Need to get on Variety Vista. I'm waiting for Big Flip. He promised me, I'm going to have to go back and look at that. How long's it been? He promised me 30 days, and we were going to have coin roll hunting mats. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be halves, though. I don't feel like he's going to cater to me on my penny level. So I may be SOL there. But he promised. He was making coin roll hunting mats. And I'm very interested to see what that looks like. I mean, I think we all know what they'll look like in general, but you get the idea. I want to see. And so I was going to buy some actually this little Christmas season. But I just, once he said that, I decided not to. I was going to wait. Try to, support a friend and see what he comes out with. I'm hoping, I really am hoping that he does like the halves, the quarters. Dimes, there's not that much, but okay, I'm sure you could do one. I just don't think he'll do pennies. I don't think a lot of people really hunt pennies. I could be wrong about that, but it just doesn't seem as popular because there's no silver. Hey, that's a good friend to have, Milky. You alright though, bud? I mean, if you don't want to share, that's fine. Just concerned with all the hospital talk, or IV, I guess I should say. Nothing crazy. Siren, what are you looking at? Oh, well, geez, Milky. So you're legitimately, like, in. Like, okay. Box battle and hunt sense. Well, Milky, I mean, there's not much I can do, especially from half a world away, but I will, pray for an actual speedy recovery. It sounds like you're obviously alive, and that's the important part. But man, that's fires. I've had bad experiences with them in the past, so I'm glad that you were able to get out, or that your neighbor's son got you out. Those things escalate quickly. Like, really quickly. I actually, a couple years ago, not far from here where I'm at now, I was driving home from something, I don't know, work, something, and I see just like smoke, in the air, like not somebody's got a fire going kind of smoke. And it wasn't far from me. I could tell that, so I drove a little more, to kind of see what was going on. And I rolled up on a house. It's just engulfed, like, or at least there's like all the smoke and stuff is pouring out of the upstairs. I didn't see a whole lot of flames on the outside. I don't think at the time, but I mean, smoke's pouring out of this house, like a lot. And so I ran up and knocked on the door. Nobody was answering. I opened the door, and there was I think there was a dog. Yeah. I think there was a dog or two. There's a guy and a woman in this house, and we're not going to talk about, what, ever may or may not have been going on or how it started. I don't care. But I'm in there and I'm like yelling at them. Like, I mean, there's flames. Like, the steps to the upstairs, in there, there's flames everywhere. And I'm like yelling at them, like, come on, we get you out of here, right? And they're like, the lady's like, oh, yeah, I gotta put on my shoes. And she's like, they are taking their fucking time. And I was like, I eventually kind of like, not dragged, but pulled them like, oh, the dog's gonna go. Like, it was this whole thing. And again, I don't, it was just a thing, not that bad. I didn't have to go up the fiery steps or any of that fun business, but it was super smoky and hard to see. And then like I remember the firemen got there, right? And some of the neighbors had come over and some stuff by this point. And like the firemen started rolling up, and I'm kind of standing there, and I asked them, like, not the ones that were like super running, but like, somebody that looked like they weren't up to much. I was like, hey, like, I don't know how this works. Like, do y'all need to like talk to me or anything? It's like I was the one that went in and got them out. Like, do you need me for anything? And they were just like, nope, you can go. Which, fine. I'm not saying that. I didn't need no pat on the back or anything, but it seemed odd to me. Like, for all they know, I could have started the damn fire. I don't know. They just, they wanted nothing to do with me, didn't care. Not even like a cool. Just like, yep, no, you're good, see you. It's like, all right. But it was cool. But, yeah, the house ended up being a total loss. I don't know what started the fire. Obviously something dumb. But, yeah, that whole house, and then it became a vacant lot. It's still vacant now. It's crazy. Yeah, Milky, I hope, yeah. I need to get funds for, so I'm going to be trying to sell a lot of my silver that's still with my proxy. Okay. Yeah, it's been a bad, like 2022 sucked, just in general. And then right here at the end, it seems like it's kicking everybody. We've had a couple people with trucks and vehicles break down. I know a couple other people just have like some general stuff going on. Maybe their vehicles aren't broken, but they need stuff to them. And, that's the last thing you ever really want to see. But it's a double-edged sword, because that's why we stack, is to have reserves for a rainy day. But you don't really want anyone to have to sell their stack, right? When they don't want to, or when they would rather not, I guess. And now is a generally bad time to be selling silver. I know what you're saying. Matt, silver's up. We're at like, what, 23 something, I think, today. We're doing all right. Well, yeah, but it's about to go up a lot more in the near future. I think 2023 is going to be a pretty big breakout year for gold and silver. And I think, like, these $23 prices, I think their days are numbered. I think we're going to be up over 25 probably by February, and maybe even closing in on 30 some point this year, at like stable 30. I really do, because the economy's not getting any better. It seems like they're starting to try to show the inkling that they know they're screwing up and they're going to have to reverse course. But it doesn't matter either way. The more time that elapses now, the better our investments are going to be. It may not be tomorrow, but it's it's going to go up, especially if some of these other nations are talking about reinstating currencies that are backed by physical assets, gold, silver. When that starts to happen, we're going up. We're going up somewhere we haven't probably, maybe even haven't been before ever. Because that's going to be the signal that people realize that the fiat just doesn't work. You can only play that game for so long before the house of cards falls. Oh, Jimmy, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah, fires are a bad thing. It's amazing, like, just how fast. Like, think now, right? Like, we have some things in place. They're still bad and they suck, and people can lose their lives. But we have fire departments. We have infrastructure to try to help with that. Like back in the day, man. Like, what was it? Wasn't it like half of Chicago at one point burnt down from like a fire that started just because everything was so close and everything's built out of wood, and just like the whole city's on fire. Back then they're fighting fires with buckets and like those little wagon pump trucks, and I can't even imagine. Like, fires are bad now, but back then they were like world-ending things. But most houses had a fireplace, so it's like, oh, just the distance we've come. Fairly new hospital, so thankfully they've been great with me. I'm not a good hospital patient. Yeah, well, I mean, you got a lot of reason right now not to be the happiest camper, right? I mean, and I was the same way when I did my longer hospital stint. When I first got there, at least. By the end, I calmed down. But, that first couple of days, I was super pissed off. Not a happy camper. And so, there's a 60. I know exactly what you mean. You want to be nice or be decent, but you're just too far. You're in too much pain or whatever else is going on. You don't want to be there. I tried not to take it out on too many people, but when I went, my whole issue was they thought I was going to have emergency surgery, so they couldn't give me any pain meds. And I don't know what their thought process was, but they didn't know, so they couldn't give me anything, no water, no nothing. I'm in shock, all this stuff, and so I'm laying there in excruciating pain for hours, and I am pissed, because I'm in pain, lots of it. And so finally the doctor comes, did the x-rays. Oh, and the x-ray guy's dropping my leg, which is mangled and dangling. I won't get into details, but it's FUBAR. And he picked up my broken leg that is a rag doll stuffed animal style. That's how much rigidity it had in it. He picked up my broken, smammered leg by my ankle to reposition my leg. It was bad. So, after dealing with all that, the doctor finally came in and is like, oh, no, we're going to wait till tomorrow or whenever, sometime later, to do the actual surgery. Get this kid's pain medicine right now. And I never understood drug addiction until I got shot up with morphine. it kind of makes sense after that because it's like a wave of fuck it just washes over you. 5 seconds later, I was laughing and cool and everything was fine all of a sudden. My leg's still broke. I should be in pain. I'm not. And I could care less at that point. So I understand some of the addiction stuff, I guess. But that was probably the strangest thing I think I'd ever felt like that. It was like a literally like a wave. Like your whole body just goes, whoo, all gone, all better. Very dangerous kind of stuff, but very necessary at the time. Oh, you don't have any snow, Junkie? I thought it snowed like 9 months out of the year in Canada. Am I wrong? I thought like, don't you guys take shots of maple syrup and watch hockey? Isn't the hockey season? Isn't that whole 9 months of snow? I don't know. I had to do more research on Canada. But yeah, I'm surprised if you don't have snow. We got a ton. I can ship you some. I'll pay the extra shipping, 1 box at a time. And you can fill your yard up with it and be the only Canadian with snow. Because I'm already sick of it. And I don't even think it's close to done. Yeah, I didn't like hospitals. But then, by the end of that, I was in a better mood, nicer to the nurses, had kind of calmed down a lot after the surgery and everything. So, apologized for being shitty when I first came in, like that whole first. It was like 12 or 14 hours I was laying there without any pain medicine, any water, anything, nothing to eat. It was a long time, way too long. Never want to do anything like that again. $69. It doesn't look odd though. Nothing weird. Yeah, it's 1:30 here now. Supposed to get hard with a snowstorm today. Yeah, that's what we got. It started, I don't know, about maybe like 3 or 4 hours ago here in Ohio. And so far I'm not a fan. The winds, I don't think, have been as bad as they said. I'm sure it's still got time to be horrible, but at least as far as right now, I've been outside. I mean, it's a little windy, but it's not the 35 plus mile an hour winds they were claiming we were going to see, at least as of yet. But I don't want to go outside in it. Stocked up the fridge. Should be good. I'm not going out. Yeah, Johnny. Those airbags are no joke. I mean, you really have to be sitting in that seat, strapped the right way, get hit the right way, for them to be, I'm sure they're effective, but in some cases, yeah. Who was it? I knew a girl. She got in a car wreck. And she said, first off, obviously, yes, it's the better of the two evils, right? You got in a car accident. But she said it felt like the biggest dude she had ever seen punched her in the face, first off. And then, I guess hers, like, I don't know, maybe like ruptured in some way or something. Apparently, it's filled with like whatever it is that does that expansion, right? The chemicals or whatever, like some kind of like dust or something. I think she described it as, and whatever that stuff was, it her airbag kind of ruptured or tore or something, and it basically like sprayed all that stuff all over her face. She had all these like I don't know if they were burns or just like the whatever the chemical was like messed up her skin or like irritated. I don't know. I forget what all that was about, but like she was not well. Now was she alive and all of these other things? Yes, but um, that airbag did a number on her, and she was very unhappy about it. And there's always too the what is it for the passengers like people that want to put their legs up on the dash and stuff. No, that's not advisable. I've heard stories. I don't know of any firsthand of people getting messed up from having something up on the dash like a leg or a foot and then getting in a wreck and that airbag goes off. Not the position to be in. Oh yeah, yeah. It's something like that. I didn't want to say like it burnt her face because I don't know what the actual source of the problem was. But yeah, it like exploded, which I mean it's technically supposed to, but it then all whatever that was exploded onto her face and like gave her a lot of problems. And the insurance company, I don't they were trying not to because they were like trying to say she had like some kind of adverse reaction to the airbag material and that like that's not their fault, that's not like a condition of the accident, that's like her physiology that had the problem and like they tried to do something like that. They eventually covered it, but because that was the majority of her aftercare was getting all this skin irritation or burns or whatever fixed after the accident. And that's where they had the problem because that's where it started cutting into their bottom line or whatever. Not finding all the pennies that I want. I need to next time we do this. I'll do a slightly better one because it seems like some of the S's are prime targets for some of these doubles. So I'll go through some of my S's and it shouldn't be that many. We got probably less than a few hundred. So maybe only like 20 or 30 probably of these years to look through. Something like that. Oh, and for those of you that care, my plan on exchanging copper and turning it into silver is thwarted, at least momentarily, and I'll tell you why. So, I called JM Bullion the other day, and I talked to a very nice lady, and we were talking about the selling. Now, here's what I found out. If you call them, there's $1,000 minimum over the phone to send in. And I found out we were right, but we were wrong at the same time, and I'll tell you. So, the shipping. They pay for the insurance, and again, I didn't get into all the weeds because it seemed like it's probably like a reimbursement or something, but you pay for the shipping, right? At least there. I don't know about back. I'm sure you probably do. But they pay for the insurance. They cover that portion of it, which, let's admit it, is the lesser of the two evils. But that's where we get into the weeds on trying to exchange the copper, because number one, the $1,000 minimum. Okay, so it does get better because that's over the phone. If you sign up on their website to be a sellback person and do all that on the website and do it through the website instead of calling, which you can do, then it's a $500 minimum, which is better. You still got to pay shipping and all that, but it's $500, so that's at least closer. But the amount of pennies that you would need to send in and the cost of shipping. I've shipped large items for work. What year are you? 72? I've shipped large items for work, like pallets of stuff. It gets expensive real quick. So, even though you're doubling your money, a little better than doubling your money, between the shipping cost and, whatever, it's just the copper alone, there's almost no way. There's almost no way to do that. You would basically have to be selling something else to them and just wanting to throw the copper in, right? But I'll go to Pirate Ship right now. And they're in Dallas? Yeah, I think she said Dallas. So I'll go to Pirate Ship and I'll see what it would cost to ship something. Create a label. Address. I don't know how this is going to work. Dallas, Texas. I don't even know if that's enough. We'll say it's a box. We'll say it's, 16 inches by... Oh, the wind just kicked up. Sounded like something smashed the side of my house. That's fun. Okay, so I'm getting to be proven a liar. The winds are actually kicking up. Width, we'll say 8 inches. Height, we'll just say 10 just to be safe. And we will say it is, I think I figured it up, 2 boxes of pennies is about 50 pounds. So let's see if I can get rates on this. Nope, it wants a real address. JM Bullion, Dallas, Texas address. Okay, there we go. 13022 Preston Road, Dallas, Texas. So, I know I'm going way further than I need to with this, but forgive me. Okay, so paste Preston Road, Dallas, Texas. Boom, got it. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this would cost. A name? JM. Okay, come on. Let's go. Let's see what this would cost. 50-pound package. It's somewhere in there. Maybe it's like 30, but that's not too hateful. It's still, we're way off the $500 limit, but it's only, at least through this, $36.66. Now that's unacceptable for the purposes that we're referring to, but that's not as much as I thought it would be. But then you extrapolate that, right? Let's go back and say let's say you had 3 rounds, 6 boxes of pennies. Let's say we're up in the 120-pound range. Let's see what that... I just did this. Why did it take everything off? JM. Boom. I have to do all this again. What did we say? We said 18, 10, 10, or no, 8, 10. I don't think size matters, right? Size doesn't matter. And then like 8 inches tall. Okay, 120 pounds. What does that look like? 93. Okay, that's not okay. So yeah, but you're losing a chunk exponentially, more and more. The more weight you try to do, and you would need, what was it? It was $50 in pennies, and you would get 110. So you would need 6, like 10 boxes. Or no. Yeah, you would need like 10 boxes or so of solid copper pennies. And then, God, that'd be like 300 pounds. You'd lose a lot in the shipping. You'd lose a ton in the shipping on that to try to do it. Plus, I don't even have anywhere near that much copper. No, nowhere near. I mean, you're talking, God, that's hundreds of pounds. Yeah. I mean, you need a lot, but and I'm far, so the shipping cost would still be high. But I imagine if you lived closer to that place where they want you to send them, you might not suffer as much. But there is a place, my shop up in Crown Point, and they had pennies, the copper, and they just had a couple bags of them. And I asked them about it, and they said, yeah, they would buy them for 2 cents. So that's a double your money thing. But the question therein lies, how many are they going to buy from you? They have those 2 bags. They've been sitting there ever since I went. Nobody's picked them up yet. But I don't know how much, they'd be willing to buy at a certain point, right? You enter into the ridiculousness. But maybe that's an option. I can double my money on that and then turn it into silver. But not every coin shop's going to do that. I have to check with my local, the bougie shop down the road, and see if they actually would buy copper cents. I don't think they would. I've not seen anything like that in their shop any of the times that I've been there. So I'll look into it, but I don't expect much from them. 69, anything crazy? No. But yeah, I'll figure it out eventually and find a way to turn copper. And then there's always like the nice stuff that I pull. Let's just assume, maybe you save some copper, but like some of the nice stuff I pull, the ones that I'm putting in flips, the older ones that look like they're in good shape or whatever, there's got, like, the coin shop's got to be able to, like, buy those from me for, a few cents each, maybe. Depending on coin and whatnot, it'll probably be a pain. But past a certain point, when you walk in there with so much, I feel like they just kind of roll their eyes and start wanting to throw general numbers out at you. On something like that, like big lots and stuff. I don't see them examining, like, everything. I see them kind of looking it over real quick, kind of going, okay, a couple cents a coin. Yeah, we'll give you $10 for all these pennies or something. I don't. Unless there's a lot of money on the line, they're not going to really go through it coin by coin or anything. Unless you tell them there's something special in there. Yeah, I mean, I can do that. I feel like I've given him enough, though. Muscle Shell doesn't need anything else. But yes, Muscle Shell. Um, I don't think I have. I don't think I have your address because I've not had to directly send you anything. Um, so exclamation email and drop me an email and get me your address, and I will send you out 2 grams of silver and a 50, what is it? 57, yep. Throw it here on the camera for you. Say 1957 beautiful Washington quarter. 57. I don't have a mint mark label on it, and there's not. But she's in pretty good shape, and she's 90%. So, Milky's going to donate that to you. Send me an email. Is he still in here? I haven't seen him chat for a while. Oh, I can't do it over here anyway. If not, I'll get a hold of him. I see him around enough. I'll get his address and I'll send that to him. As a matter of fact, throw some of these pennies down. Where's my ink pen? I will even change the name on the post-it. If it would write. Come on, ink pen. What the? My ink pen just gave up on life. Yes, it did. Okay. Where's my gel pen? Dun, dun, dun. There it is. Got it. All right, so that'll go to him when I get a hold of him. Muscle Shell. We'll take that. Constitutional got the ugliest George Washington. Whatever this is, I forget. It's someone like Franklin Mint or something, and this is number 1807, 1407. But it's weird. It doesn't say how pure it is anywhere on the darn thing. A little bit of research. I'll figure it out by the time I send it. And I'll put it on there. That way you know. Because if there's one thing that's horrible, it's one of the reasons why foreign kind of sucks is, you know, you have to research every coin and figure out what the silver weight in it is. And, you know, if you're smart, you label that. That way you can kind of, when and if you ever do go to sell it, you can kind of state, like, you know, what the content of that coin is so that people have an idea. I think this is 69. If my eyes still work. 13 people. We got a lot of the West Coasters. Well, and, you know, with the blizzard, nothing going on. 1969, nothing. I like the quarters. I like the quarters a lot. But I found out one of the reasons why I've been having trouble getting coins is apparently there are other people at my one bank getting coins. They're businesses and things, but they're already getting an excess of coinage for some of these businesses and stuff on a, you know, varying basis. So maybe that's some of the reason why some of my other orders are being denied, because they're already kind of ordering more. than whatever's considered normal. So, and I won't completely, but I think I'm going to try my luck with my other bank that claims if I order stuff, I will get it. I've never really ordered from them because they're difficult to deal with, but I'm going to give it a try now that I know that I have other competition at my better bank. Try that. I'm out of tea, I think. Yes, dog? How can I help you on the live stream? What can I do for you? Are you that upset? Do you want to go out in the 40-mile-an-hour winds? Do you? Go outside? Okay, let's go. It's 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. She's going to turn right back around and come back in. Yeah, you can keep looking. I'm coming. Let's go. Run. Run. Go. No. Go. Go. You go outside. Go. Yeah. I had to force her out. That's one of the reasons why I love Huskies, because they're just so emotional. And she took one look and she was like, oh, wait, no, it's not gotten better. It's gotten worse. She just stood there. I had to coax her to go out. And she's probably already back at the door. Hopefully she actually uses the restroom while she's out there. I hear her. I think she wants back in already. It's horrible. Can't deal with this. I have to leave her out there for at least a minute, right? I feel bad, but it's like at the same time, yeah, she's standing at the back door shaking. I'll go get her. Horrible dog. Okay. Do you feel better? Do you? Do you feel better? I'm telling you, it's not gonna change, baby girl. It's crap outside. And I know. I'm sorry. But that's what you got to work with. Nope. Nope. No, it's gonna be the same. It's the same outside. She just doesn't get it. She's like, make it go away. I want to go outside and roll in the grass. There's no grass to be found right now. She liked the first snow because it was like a little bit and it was still not warm, but warmer. You know, that kind of first few snows that don't stick. She liked that. She does not like this. Okay, go lay down. No, go lay down. I am sorting pennies. This is important. I might find something. I won't find anything. Poor puppy. Oh, yeah, she's just mistreated. She has the run of the house and gets let in and out at her will 30 times a day. She will be fine, but she just doesn't. She's not enjoying the snow right now. Well, and the winds and everything else. I'm sure if it was just like a calm snow, she'd probably enjoy it a little more. But right now, I don't blame her. I don't want to go out either. Try to get bags of... actually, tokens... That looks weird. I think it got coated with something. Tokens. I was listening to a podcast, the Coin World podcast for that magazine that's right up north of me. And I was listening to their podcast and they had a guy on about tokens, like official tokens. And apparently it's in like another subset of the coin community, or, you know, whatever, collectors, and that, like, gets crazy, because the one guy that was on there talking about it said there was some, I don't know, It's like a bus token or something. Again, I don't know. But it was like this bus token. Say it's a bus token. And he said there were 4 of them, right? 4 different ones or whatever through the years or the time frames or whatever. There were 4 different ones. And he got 2 of them like 15 years ago, right? And then, he's telling this story, and sometime recently, within, I'm assuming, like the last year or so, he found the 3rd one, right? And said he paid for some old bus token thing, paid like $400 at an auction to get it, right? And he, even going through all that, his statement was, and I'll still probably never find that 4th token. Like, it's just, I guess on the token side, they are very rare because they never really were collectible. I mean, maybe now to the right people, but they're just not like U.S. coinage or metals or some of these other similar things. So a lot of them got discarded, destroyed, literally whatever, recycled. So some of, like, it's extreme rarity, but it's not rare on the side that drives up crazy prices because it's such a niche market. But yeah, like, not being able to know that you can even complete like a 4 token set of something, I don't know. That's kind of unnerving, and for me, I would stay away from that. But apparently, Johnny, there are people that collect like odd tokens like that and things, and it got me thinking, because we have a transit system here, at least in the the Dayton metro area, and I remember back in the day they had tokens. You got tokens. Now it's all digital, of course, but they had tokens, and I'm sure you can probably find some of those still, but not, that's not the kind of stuff I want to collect. But I'm sure there's somebody out there that has a whole bucket full of them or something. It's just weird. Yeah, people collect bus tokens. Oh yeah, people, well, look at us. I mean, people collect anything. Some people still have a ton of Beanie Babies. Some people collect, who was it? American Eagle Hoarder has, like, he said he has like a whole sleeve or something of like really old Speedway cups or something. I think I saw one in his video. His kind of had on his desk. It was like the gas station. If you're not hip, it's a gas station. At least up here in my area. And it's like the old paper cups, nowadays most of them are plastic, and it's got like the retro design on it. People collect all kinds of stuff. I still have, I don't know where it's at the moment, and I didn't get the whole set, but way back in the day, I got one of those gold-plated Pokemon cards from Burger King, and I got a Charizard because I knew, Charizard was better than some of the other options, and so I got the gold-plated Charizard. Now, it's not worth much. I might be able to sell it on eBay for like $5 or something like that, but it's still kind of cool, and I still have it, and it's been in its little plastic case this whole time. Nothing happened to it or anything, so it's nice. I mean, yeah, again, I wouldn't collect them, but I had the wherewithal to keep the darn thing and not do anything with it. So, I mean, I have that going for me, but those are not exactly rare either. And it's just plated. Still cool, though. It's a gold Charizard bar thing. The silver nickels, Roadhog, are... Oh, yeah, Jimmy got you. 42 through 45. And 42, they made some that weren't... I'm going to use my gloves to clean my glasses. 42, there were some that were not. So what you're looking for on the nickels is on the back, above the Monticello building. The mint mark is real big, and it's right above the building, the P, D, or S, on the war nickels. It's up there. But yeah, 42, I think they made some clad ones. That's when they switched. Yeah, you should have gotten, I think this... Sorry, I got the mic right here, and I'm rifling through change. Roadhog, you should have got, if I remember correctly, I think that was a bunch of buffalo nickels that you got in that last shipment. Should have been. If it's got the Indian on it, it's a buffalo nickel. Well, and the buffalo on the back. And those are not. They're just nickel on those. But they're old and worth way more than a nickel. So you have that going for you. Oh yeah, talk to Constitutional about all his war nickels. He bought some tubes of them. I haven't done that yet. I haven't. Ooh, Constitutional. I got another gift for you. Because I bought that other war nickel set for my book from Jason Harvia. And I said I was going to pick the worst ones and put them in the book. And it was a judgment call. It's also for ease of use. But it ended up I used all of his. But if you wanted for some of your war nickels, I have this. If the camera will focus. I have this vintage war nickel set kind of holder and case. The insert's just cardboard, but it does have a nice plastic flip, and you could pull some out and fill this up and have like I'm sure between everything you got, you probably have the whole set stashed in there, and if not, you could try to fill it. We're gonna try to get him to collect stuff any way we can. He's over there stacking his brains out. I'm gonna send him some clad quarters just cause. Just to make sure that he doesn't sell them. But yeah, I can send this to you. Because I was thinking about listing it on eBay for like $1 or $2. But that's a better use of it. Because I actually like this one better than the Capital. The Capital's nicer because of the plastic. But this has more of a display factor. So I will send that to you. As well with your ugly George. Very, very ugly George. At least the Constitution on the back is nice. It's a flip. So it's got. Oh, my eye! I think I got something in it. Yeah, so it's a flip, Johnny. It's got the folds right here, and it tucks. So I got it tucked in right now, but if I can get it, there you go. So it just kind of pops out, and then the cardboard insert slides out. So it's like a sleeve. A nice one, though. And since I put the war nickels in a book, it'll give Constitutional something to do. And when he's done with it, a half-decent little display piece. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to keep some of the stuff out. I have some of the wall art now, and I'm going to have more once the rest of Flip's packages come in. But I like to see it. I like to visualize you know, some of it. Obviously, you don't want to hang a bunch of expensive stuff on the walls. And it is kind of, I guess if you had like mixed company, it might not be the best thing to do because then, you're kind of showcasing that you have things of value maybe. But I don't have a lot of people in and out of my house that I don't trust. So I'm good. Or at least I should be. And so I want a little bit more of that out. I cleaned up the damaged Merc dime. Come on, camera. Okay, so I cleaned it. I mean, it's damaged. So I cleaned up the 3D Merc dime so it just shows a little better. And just kind of polished it up a tad. Nothing crazy, but it looks a lot nicer than all the toning that it had before, I think, and it's destroyed anyway. So I got that. I still don't know what the final plan is for that, but I keep it out because it's cool. And then my Proof Eagle, I moved it from my work desk, but it's sitting here still, and I'm trying to figure out. I got to rearrange all this sometime, maybe even this weekend. But I got the Proof Eagle that I like to keep sitting out, so I have something nice to stare at. So I'm starting to get there to where I want to have some stuff kind of out. I want to see my stuff. Maybe that'll keep me from buying so much when I don't, have to go dig it out of the safe to see some of my pretty stuff. And we'll see. Man, my house is creaking. I guess this wind's really picking up. Yeah, that truck went by the plow truck thing earlier. There's not even any tracks. Oh yeah, Constitutional. Haven't you seen that before? It's 3D. Somebody had a jeweler cut out the bust. Not completely, but it's 3D, so you can see it there. And on the back, which... It's a 41? Yeah, it's a 41, which is not super rare, but it was in pretty decent condition, which is the upsetting part. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it before, and now it's a 3D Merc dime. I think somebody was probably going to put it on like a pendant or something. I don't know. But they had it cut out. And I got it for... I didn't even pay $1 for that thing. I think I paid like 75 cents for it. Which is great in terms of silver content. But... Oh, that's cool. Check out the fun on this one. It's a copper dryer coin, and Lincoln's all worn to smithereens, but it's super shiny. And then the back, look at that, all wore out. That's kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, that's what I gotta redo these desks, or desks, whatever you want to call them. I gotta figure out this because I made myself more space, and I gotta get a better situation going here. But once I get that, that'll clear up a little bit of the clutter that I currently have going on. I'm gonna add some other shelves and things, and then I think I'll be in a slightly better place as far as like the organization. Because right now there's stuff everywhere. It's not a mess. It's organized. I got some papers and things and this and that, but just I would rather have more stuff up and put up shelves, drawers. These are like tables currently. There's no under storage really to speak of. I need like real desks of some type. So once I update that, this whole situation will get a little better. But like right now, I got all kinds of change everywhere. I got a really nice bicentennial well, what I call a really nice bicentennial. It's got that nick, like right there on the neck. But other than that, she's in pretty good shape. And the drummer boy on the back's not bad. It's not approved for anything. It's not silver. It's clad. But it's in pretty good shape for what it is. One of the better ones. It's still got some luster to it. So I kept that. And then I got a bunch of nice quarters. I'm going to fill up another album. Start that. Started another National Park set. Probably about half, maybe a little better than half. Nick on the neck, yeah. Oh, yeah. One of these days, I'll find something cool. Well, and I may have that dye adjustment. We'll send that in and see what that is. I got Ray, I believe, well, depending on the weather, Ray's package should be coming tomorrow, and I got a bunch of stuff in that one. Oh, I guess I can complete the giveaway. Let me see here. That's... Is it the first one? Yeah. This one, see all tracking. Nope, that's a flip one. That's coming maybe tomorrow. Raise, so two of those is this one. See all tracking history. Yeah, so Raise is coming tomorrow. Well, maybe. Maybe tomorrow by 9 p.m. Maybe. Depending on this blizzard. So there's going to be a lot in that one. And then Flip, the other two packages with the wall art, and then all the other stuff that I bought from people yesterday that I didn't give away. That's coming to me. Yeah, it's a lot of packages. But once we get some of that set, I'll get some decor going on. I already planned to pull down this calendar and some of this other stuff and really kind of figure out what I can do in this corner. And I will say the pennies thing is a lot bigger than I thought. The quarters, I guess that's probably about the size that I thought the quarter one was, but the penny one is a lot bigger than I thought. So they're actually going to take up some space. I'm not going to be able to put like everything in this corner, especially when I get 2 more boxes. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Yes, Johnny, I'm originally from Ohio. Born and raised here, and I haven't left. I've never lived anywhere outside of Ohio. And it's upsetting, and I don't like it. Ohio's, it's just, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I've been here so long, but it just sucks. And I've been other places. I've seen other things. Look at that again. Nope. And I'm sure that can be said about just about anywhere, but I am sick of Ohio. So as soon as my children are of a decent age and stable, and I no longer have those constraints, I am gone. I'm going somewhere with better weather, more to see, you name it. I'm sure I'll come back from time to time, but I'm not going to live here. So I got my son just turned 8. My daughter is about to turn 10. So I got about a decade till they're 18, and then we'll see. Yeah, we'll reevaluate the situation. But somewhere after that, once I don't have those constraints, I will move away. And I will fly them out to wherever I am to come see me as often as they want. But I will not be here. I am sick of Ohio. I was going to move and go somewhere and do something at some point. But then my daughter's mom got pregnant, and so that never happened. And then, once you're in that cycle, it's hard to, can't really move away from your kids. So that's why I'm here and why I'm staying for now. But I figure, I don't know about Arizona specifically, but something like that, like, I don't know. We'll see what Texas looks like at the time. Something south for sure. Something where I don't get a lot of this stuff going on. Where the weather's nicer. Florida. I don't know. Florida's kind of crazy. Hurricanes and whatnot. And you get stuff everywhere, but I'm going to try to find that balance. Better weather. Hopefully no earthquakes or, crazy adverse weather on like a regular basis. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But yeah, somewhere, maybe Texas. There's a lot of Texas. A lot. And you can still get land, relatively cheap in Texas. Now, it may not have utilities, but you can still get land relatively cheap in Texas. And so, something down there will probably be my new destination. The reason I'm asking, my family's from Ohio, and as a kid, used to have some sales tax coupons. Ooh. Or record of payment tokens. Ooh, I do not know about that. The only thing I remember from my childhood for sure was the bus tokens, Chuck E. Cheese tokens. I think we all remember those. And I remember paper food stamps. I am that old. And they were actually kind of cool. I wouldn't mind collecting some of those. I guess for nostalgia, trying to get a hold of some. I would imagine somebody has some. But they were cool. I remember the one. I don't remember the bigger ones because I didn't really deal with those much. But my mom would occasionally give me, like $1, which was brown. It was a brown dollar. Let me see if I can find. Google loves me, and let's see if we can find Ohio. Hold on. Paper food stamps. Boom. Okay. So. Oh, holy sh! They do have them. Oh, I'm so gonna buy some food stamps. Oh, hold on. I think they're on eBay. Let me look. Let me go to images. I'll show you guys. So, display. So here's some of them. Like here's the dollar, and this is exactly what it was. Is the picture from the back of the $2 bill, Liberty Bell, some serial numbers and whatnot. But it was a $1 food stamp. Oh, I guess maybe they weren't for just Ohio. Maybe they were for everybody had the same ones. I don't know. I was a kid. Who knows? But it looks like maybe that's the case. Everybody had the same ones. But it looks like there's green ones. And yeah, they said food coupon. I remember that. So let's go to eBay. How much are we selling some food stamps for? Okay, this looks like a good one. Okay, so you get 3. You got $1, a 5, and a 10. $55. I might have to shop around on this one. Anybody else want to go in on a lot of food stamps with me? Oh, but no, yeah, for the nostalgia. For like This is what I bought candy with, this dollar. More times than I can think. And that's, wow, that's series 1996. They were still putting out paper coupons for food stamps in 1996? What? 1999? Wow, they were really behind the times. I might have to look that up then and see if I can actually find some vintage ones. So let's see. Wait, what did I do? Oh, I know what happened. So that would be 1980s. Let's see. The dollar I can get for like $12. Yeah, okay, so this is the 1988. That would have been about the one. I would have been about like about 5 years old then. This would have been the one. And that tells you how much time has like really changed, because it is a long walk. It's a long walk to the store that had the penny candy. So I would take one of these and walk up there, and yes, it was in a little book like that. You see the perforation there and the holes? That was from like the book. You got like a book of these things, and you had to pull them out or like rip them off. That is cool. I'm gonna get me some food stamps, y'all. Oh, see the little weird rabbit holes we go down. See, oh, because I'm clicking on it from here. That's why. That looks like Monopoly money. Food stamp credit tokens. Yeah, see, people collect this stuff too. This is interesting. There's a 1 and a 5 for 26. These, I remember, is that the book? Is that a whole book? How much is this? $135. This is 3 USDA books, gem uncirculated script token. Are they all full, or is it just the book? I remember the books. Or is that no, this I think is an old, not copies, food stamp coupon books. These might be the early versions. I'd have to look. I don't see a date on it. This is an equal opportunity program. Yeah, this has to be older. It doesn't, I don't see dates on them. Give me the picture that I want. Yeah, I do remember that. Inside the books, there was stuff. It would tell you like how to shop, like to calculate costs to save money. We gave up on all that, didn't we? $135 for some food stamp books. There's not even any of the actual coupons in those. That's just the books. Or, yeah, that has to be just the book cover, and that's the serial number for the notes inside. Okay, yeah, I'm on a rabbit hole. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get back to it. All right, Jimmy, take it easy, sir. Thank you for hanging out. Much appreciated. Yeah, now it's a card. The little debit card, EBT or whatever they call it. Which is still fine, but the paper. I remember the paper. I would not mind getting some of those. Kind of remind you about how far you've come, right? I'm almost done with the pennies, and it's $2.27. Jeez, it's $2.27. What the? I will have to cut it off here, but it's gonna be a busy weekend. I'll go see if I can get some actual coins from the banks. I don't see anything else to look at right now. I'll go see if I can get some other coins from the banks. Possibly do a roll hunt or whatever on whatever I can get. So we'll see what that looks like. But people now collect the cards. Oh, geez. That, I don't know. That's getting into the ridiculous. I wouldn't collect the cards. I would collect the paper though. It's a note issued by the government. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get a food stamp, and we're gonna send it in for grading to PCG. Let's hold on. I gotta look that up real quick in Google and see if we can find one, because I mean, technically, is it not currency? PCGS graded food coupon. Maybe that's where they draw the line. I'm not seeing it. And I figure that would pop out. Maybe I'll try food stamp, but I wonder, has nobody done it? Would they do it? Full books of $10 are selling on eBay. Yeah, I don't think nobody's grading them. I'll have to check on finest known food stamp. Top pop. Oh, I killed myself. But really, you get the idea. Take it easy, everyone. I appreciate everyone for hanging out on this very snowy night for most of us. And Constitutional's got a couple of things there on the giveaway. We will do more this weekend. Chinese food coupons that look like money, and they're hundreds. I would like to see that, Johnny. I believe you have my email. So send me that. I do want to see that. That'll be interesting. All right, I'm going to cut it off here and get some snowy sleep, and I will talk to you guys soon. Be good out there. Travel safe if you have to travel, and try not to if you can avoid it. It's a bunch of crap out here. Yeah, it's bad. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.